Hey fellow explorers, in this video I'm going to show you everything you can see, do, and eat for 6 hours in Ensenada. Why just 6 hours? Well, because Ensenada is the Pacific Coast's busiest cruise port. 700,000 people every year coming here on cruise ships, and we did too, except not off that one. We came in off of the Disney Magic right over there from San Diego, but let's go check out Ensenada. One of the great things about the Ensenada cruise port is it's just like a 20-minute walk from the ships into like the center of Ensenada. This spot right here, there's usually a fountain where I'm standing. I don't know, didn't seem to be working. There's a farmer's market here today, and then that pole up there usually has a gigantic Mexican flag you can see from space, though today it's just a pole. And really looking at it a little closer, it's more of a souvenir market. You know, Ensenada, since it's such a big cruise town, there are businesses that literally only open when the cruise ships are in port. And I think this is an example of that. But if you don't want to go very far, you don't have to, because there's lots of souvenirs and even some eateries where you can get some like churros and things like that right here. Ensenada is quite a foodie city, but it's really all about street food. One of the most famous street stalls that Anthony Bourdain ate at, La Guerrerense, right here on the main street of Ensenada. You'll pass a few food stalls on the way, but this one's the most famous, so make your way here. They do take dollars in addition to pesos, so right here we've got two tostadas. Come in and take a look at these, $10 for these two. This is their most famous. It has sea urchin and it has clam, and this one just has fish, and then they've got like 30 different salsas you can put on top. But let's go ahead and try the most famous one right here from La Guerrerense. All right, and oh, by the way, you'll know this place is busy. There's like 40 people around this cart. It's good, it's fresh. It doesn't, like, even though there's a bunch of seafood on it, it doesn't hit you in the face with a bunch of seafood. Nice fresh uni, some spicy. Get going on with the salsas. Let's go ahead and try the fish. They give it to you with a little like wax paper on the bottom to help hold it up, but this one has a lot of lime in it for the taste, but a nice, mild, spicy, limey seafood. Definitely get one of these while you're here. Oh, and if you're not so keen on standing on the street, well, right across the street, they also have a restaurant called Sabina's. You can get the same tostadas over here for well, a little more money because you get a table. Those tostadas were delicious. Now, after that, we need to get a little bit of exercise. We're gonna walk through the downtown to get some fish tacos at the place that originated the fried fish taco in 13 minutes that way. One of the things I like about walking around Ensenada, the downtown, small, compact, you can really see like all of this within the span of a cruise ship. Wide sidewalks, music, you know, Tijuana, which is just south of San Diego, kind of like if you're coming from San Diego, I would say just drive on through Tijuana and come on down here in Ensenada. That's the other way people generally get here other than taking the cruise. Okay, so after we cross the river, we've definitely left the tourist area a little bit. There's no more mariachi bands. There's no more souvenir shops. These tacos better be good. They're about 3 blocks that way. We made it, and we weren't sure, but when we got here and saw like 40 people around this stall too, we know we're in the right place. I got 2 shrimp tacos and 2 fish tacos. They fry them up fresh right there, right in front of you. I'm gonna try the shrimp, but they give like all the toppings are like separate. You just kind of like go down the line and you get like the cabbage and the salsa, and here we go. It's a good shrimp taco. It's nice and crunchy, soft on the inside, soft tortilla, great spices, definitely worth the walk. Oh, they take credit cards here too. So here we go. These are the fish tacos, the original ones that started it all from this stall, and I had to wait for them because they were frying them up fresh, and I got all my toppings on board. It's a big piece of fish, fresh out of the fryer. It's so good. Nice. Nice is the best way to describe it. I'm the worst food critic ever. A lot of fish tacos you get, they taste like they're like microwave fish or there's not a fish, but like look at all that meat in there, very little breading, delicious. You know, it's funny, as we were walking here, as we got on the block of this taco place, we saw quite a few other people from the Disney cruise, and we saw some locals that they looked at us when we were about a half block away, and they were like, tacos? Tacos? So we knew we were in the right place. And it was like street food central on this corner. There's another taco place, and there's a birria, and then right here, there's a place that sells tortas. So get yourself some tacos, and if you're still hungry, get yourself some more street food right here. To continue our movable feast, just about 2 blocks on our way back to the old town, we stopped into Mexican ice cream shop where they sell paletas. This is a Mexican popsicle. And as you can see when I turn it this way, it's got 3 fruits in it, strawberry, kiwi, and peach with a cream outside. This was 30 pesos. We topped up with some pesos at the local Santander ATM back there. And they got more than just the popsicles. They got ice cream. And they got Mexican agua frescas, horchata, jamaica. So definitely pick some of those up if you're thirsty while you're here. Right after our popsicle, we walked about 15 more minutes back to the historic district of Ensenada to check out Hussong's. Hussong's is one of the places that claims to have invented the margarita. In fact, there are a few bars here that claim to have invented the margarita. It's still early, so I don't know if it's margarita time yet. We're gonna check out another one later, then we're gonna have the margarita, which is another one that claimed to invent it. But can you tell how loud it is here? This is Party Central in Ensenada. It is 12:30 on a Sunday, and there's whistles and yelling and cheering and wow. This is Papas and Beer, by the way. It's so big. There's 2 locations right across the street, and it also tells you how big of a cruise town this is. There's a sign back there that says taxis. Back to the ship, because where else do you want to take a taxi? There's only one place after here, back to the cruise ship, because you won't be able to walk after you're done with the party at Papas and Beer. And so apparently the thing to do around here, and I say apparently because I've observed a lot of others doing it and not me, is to get tequila shots in a place like this, where after you take the shot, then they come up with a whistle, blow the whistle, and shake your head around, which I guess like really accentuates the tequila. I don't know, you'll have to let me know. We got some friendly people waving across the street. So as I stand at this intersection, I find Ensenada to be a really interesting juxtaposition of things. Starting at the cruise ship, there's this harbor. It's an old fishing town, and you feel that fishing heritage. We haven't been to the Fisherman's Seafood Market, but we're gonna see that in just a little bit. And standing here, it's like Party Central USA, but in Hussong's Cantina, it was like Mexican, like traditional mariachi music playing in there. There's also some traditional music coming from this Ensenada Arch that competes with the loud and crazy party music. It's just this like super weird combination of things that like only takes place in some of these big Mexican party cities. This street with Papas and Beer is definitely tourist central. Many of these stores advertise their prices in dollars, and everybody has been talking to me in English as I've been walking by. But you know, if you forgot your sunglasses or you wanted to bring back a magnet from Ensenada, this is probably the place to find it. Now, if you've finished exploring downtown Ensenada and you've got a few hours left before you need to get on the cruise ship or get out of town, the one place you might want to go that's a little bit of ways away from here is to La Bufadora, the blowhole. It is probably the most famous attraction in Ensenada, so famous that all these taxis stand right here. They got a sign right above them that says 1 to 4 persons to the blowhole. Such a big attraction. If you're coming on a cruise, they'll often have excursions that'll go there. I think that's worth it because it really is a pretty cool blowhole. So on our way to the seafood market, we couldn't help but stop at Churros Lala because they have stuffed churros. This churro right here is stuffed with caramel. Churro relleno, $2 or 30 pesos. Let's give it a go. Good caramel sauce. They fry them up fresh, although the one we ordered had been sitting there for a while. I think the fresh fried ones would probably be tastier. Their other specialty at this stall is churros with fried banana and condensed milk on top. That's Churros Lala style. Oh, but now it's getting better. As I've eaten a little bit more, you can see the caramel actually inside the churro, not just on top of it. All right, I like this part better. Oh, we finally made it, Mercado Negro. This is the seafood market. It's got a building where it's got some vendors inside. The seafood smell in there is pretty strong, so you might want to just stay outside, but tons of fresh fish, lots of shrimp, and they've even got like interesting fit, like geoduck clams, these clams with these big long things that come out like this. Restrooms, if you need to use them, 10 pesos right here or 75 cents, and tons of restaurants down this alleyway that are serving up more fish tacos, more ceviche, and lots of other Mexican seafood here. So coming out of the Mercado Negro brings us right onto the boardwalk along the harbor, and the water and the ships are just that way. But what's interesting, there's a boat right here in dry dock that isn't connected to the water anymore. Like if you look this way, no water that way, no water this way, just boardwalk. It's stuck. I don't know how that ship is gonna get out again, but this makes a good circle walk down back to the cruise ships, but we're not done yet. We've got one more stop. We are gonna get those margaritas before we get on board. Now, we didn't do it, but we did see tons of people out here getting ready for their Ensenada Harbor tours. That's a pretty neat spot up on the top of that boat. Oh, and by the way, if you want to see more of what this Ensenada Harbor is like, I've got a whole walking tour, about 10 minutes, up and down in detail, all these shops and restaurants. You'll find the link to that in the description. And now we're here at our final stop, the Rivera Pacifica. This grand old building, built in the 1930s, originally was a casino. And originally, just right out there where the street is now, used to be a beach. And today, it is this kind of wonderfully restored cultural center. What used to happen in this room with this stage and these amazing chandeliers above me, I have no idea. But what's also famous here is the bar, the originator of the margarita. There's a great echo in here. Okay, let's go check out the margarita. I haven't had anything to drink yet. And here we are. Well, actually, the bar is there, but we're out in the courtyard right now. This bar has a plaque that says the margarita was invented here in 1948, and we have the mango margarita, 110 Mexican pesos. Where was it really originated? I mean, you know, I'm gonna trust this guy right here in the suit of armor, because he told me it was originated here. He's dressed up as Juan Cabrillo, who was the same guy that found San Diego. And apparently the monument of Cabrillo that's out here is the original one, and the one that's in Point Loma at the Cabrillo National Monument in San Diego is a replica of that one. But why are we talking about monuments? Because the friendly guy in the suit of armor told me about it. But let's go ahead and dive into this mango margarita. Ooh, sweet, tasty. You know, the best margaritas, they don't taste alcoholic right away, but this one does have a bit of an after kick, and the spices on there to like, ooh, kick it up a notch. Let me tell you, that's pretty spicy to go with the mango. This is enough for 2 or 3 to share, really. All right, we've moved inside the bar mostly so we could take some selfies inside with the cool bar backdrop. But what I think is really neat about this place, just coming from the super crazy harbor and just coming from super papas and beer, this is so chill. I mean, like, it's quiet in here. You know, there's a little bit of music, but like in the grassy area in front of this place, people are like picnicking under the trees. So this one is definitely more my speed than papas and beer or Hussong's Cantina. So we saw the suit of armor guy behind in my video, and we got to talking, and he's a super nice guy. Can you remind me your name again?
My name is Nicky Flores.
You're holding 2 flags there. Tell me about your flags.
This Holy Roman Empire and this Burgund, and for symbols, the family of Carlos V, Emperor, the Holy Roman Empire, and king of the different kingdoms for Spanish.
That's awesome. And what I think is really cool, this is my first time interviewing somebody wearing a suit of armor, and I think there's just really cool people here in Ensenada. Everybody I've interacted with has been amazing. So thank you so much.
Welcome to Ensenada.
Thank you. And our final stop before getting back on the cruise ship that you might want to stop when you're here too is 7-Eleven for Mexican snacks. What did we get? We got some jalapeño potato chips. We got some abogadas potato chips. And right here we got some queso ruffles. You can certainly venture out to a Mexican supermarket, and there are some in the old town of Ensenada, but there are a ton of 7-Elevens. Great place to get things right in the center. And you know, in the USA, Mexican Coke is really popular, and you can get Mexican Coke that's just Coke as it's here, as opposed to really overpriced Mexican Coke in the US. Although I got it in the plastic bottle here, and I think it tasted pretty similar to the plastic bottle in the US. Well, fellow explorers, if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more videos on the Disney cruise that brought us here, you'll find links on the screen or in the description below. As usual, I won't say goodbye because I'll see you in one of those videos.